All right, so we're back. So how do you feel our session went last session, like literally like 30 minutes ago?
It's going well so far. Definitely. I don't know. Like I was saying, I'm just excited. It's very encouraging to realize like the problem that I have is so small and minuscule that it's easy to kind of cope with and work on, and it makes you feel a lot better. That's half the battle. Understanding my issue and learning more about it is, like in my eyes, the most important thing. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I feel like for you, you don't really have it that bad, honestly. I think you just have a lot that you do. And you realize that like, there's 24 hours in the day. What can you do in those 24 hours? But honestly, you really only need to use 8 hours of that day for your to work and to do stuff. Like just to work. And then after that, you do whatever you want, basically.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Do you feel like these skills have definitely helped you though? Like, do you feel like you've built trust in being able to tell you the right thing to do sometimes? Or do you feel like
Oh,
sometimes?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So has anything extraordinary happened, like anything really important happened other than your surgery? Um, that you said you scheduled your surgery?
Yes, I got a schedule for like August 15th.
Oh, that's actually pretty close.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, definitely. How is school
Wait,
going? I mean, I think the semester ends next week, right?
I believe so, yes.
Is that going okay for you? Like, do you feel
Yeah.
like you're
Oh yeah, yeah, it's going great. I mean, I'm all done for this week. I just got a little left for the upcoming week. But yeah, it's going real smooth. I mean, I think I have like a 96 and like a 94. I mean, I don't know, something like that. I mean, I'm doing pretty well.
So what other class are you taking other than the therapy class?
Um, the other class would be, oh man, I know what it is, but like it's a human service class, but I just forget exactly which one.
Is it the introduction to human services,
No, no,
ethics and policies?
no,
I think
no.
that's gonna be next semester because we're taking.
Might be that one. I don't know. I've got no idea, but I
Okay,
really enjoy it. I don't know. They're all so similar. It's just different,
definitely.
like key points. So it's so tough. It's hard because to remember what I'm taking because I noticed like the psychology, the sociology, and the human services, they're all like the same, but it's just they have their points. Like this is the same thing. Um, it's the same class. It's just this focuses more on therapy, like sessions. And there's another one that focuses on the same stuff, but it, really keys in on like different techniques. And so it's difficult to remember which
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I kept all my books and stuff, and then I used the other books as resources. That's literally what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Really nice because when we had to write our papers and stuff and have those two other sources for our stuff. And it's nice because I keep having the um same person for every single class that I have, for every therapy class I have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. What do you call it? So we have to figure out some kind of way to really how the solution is anxiety. Tell me about a story about a time where you've had anxiety,
Um,
considering your school and work life. Like put that
well,
stuff in hand.
something that just comes up kind of often, but just very small would be like at work. We're scrapping cars or something, and just something's not going right. I can't get a bolt off, or if I'm at the tire machine, because you get all four tires you take or wheels you take off the car, you have to then take the rim off the tire. Sometimes the tire just won't come off. Um, and so there's just different little things that just cause like quick stressors. And it's just like in that moment, I feel like I start to sweat. I can feel, my heartbeat a little quicker. And I'm just getting like annoyed by it. It's really like, it's just like, come on, like you got to get done. And I just can't get it. That happens, a couple times a day at work. It's a pretty common thing. But um, something a little bit more serious would just be like, Probably knowing if I was to take, like Monday off, don't do any schoolwork Monday. Then Tuesday, because like that Legion team I was telling you about, Tuesday, that Legion team plays. So maybe when I get home and it's like 10, 11 o'clock at night, I just don't quite feel like doing any schoolwork. So now here comes Wednesday, and I haven't even logged on to my Dell Tech website. Um, and then that causes a lot of stress and anxiety knowing that like the week is halfway over and I haven't even touched the schoolwork. So that's probably my most common major stressor.
Mm. Yeah, because I mean, like you have a lot of, I mean, you don't have a lot of time because of your work and because of your other, but that's only on Tuesdays, right?
What?
That where you have the baseball team and then basically you feel like you don't have
uh
time because you get home late.
yeah, it depends. I mean, the games are on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but occasionally they might like reschedule or rainouts and stuff. Like this week, it was this week they played Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday because
Wow.
because we got there, played halfway through the game Tuesday, and then it started pouring down rain, and so then that got rescheduled to yesterday. So, but yeah, it's a lot. But I mean, you don't have to show up every game and anything. If I can't make it, I just don't make it. There's plenty of coaches there, um, but still, sometimes it just adds that little extra stress knowing like, okay, so I did all this stuff, but I still haven't banged out my schoolwork yet.
Yeah, I understand. I get it. But I mean, I feel like you have a pretty good work-life balance. I really do. I definitely do. Um, the only thing that I would say is I feel like I mean, this is all up to you, but I feel like you really do need more than just one day just
Yeah.
to be chilling. But I mean, not everybody has that. But I
Yeah.
mean, that's more like the norm here because I mean, as people kind of come to America to like just to work and to make money and to have a good life, basically, to live the dream. But
Uh-huh.
nobody understands that you have to work and that you have to, you have to keep working until like until retirement. And basically that's what you work for, basically, most of the time. Or just to make money so you can live.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. I've thought about different ways on how to get a second day off. I don't really know how it would work or how I would do it. I just, I just keep on working. Some days I get off a little bit earlier than others. And so like in my mind, that's like, all right, I'm good. Because realistically, on my off days, if I was to sit at home,
Mhm.
there wouldn't be much to do because my brother, he's somewhere out playing baseball. My mom and dad are at work. So nothing really happens interesting or exciting in my house till like 4 o'clock. So
No, I understand. Yeah.
yeah, so if I did have a day off, an extra day off, I don't really know what I would do. I mean, it's always good to just kind of relax and unwind, but sometimes the best of both worlds is like on like a random Wednesday and just banged out a lot of work. My boss is like, we'll just call it for the day. We don't have too much going on. And so then I'm home by like 4:30 and it's that's exciting. That's like awesome. That's that perfect balance because I still feel like I have an off day because I mean I'm at home at 4:30. I mean I feel like my day is just getting started. So maybe I could try my best to implement as many of those as I can.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's better to get stuff done early, but you already know that because you're definitely wake up earlier than usual. Let's see what else we can talk about. Um, so what kind of what's the age group for the baseball team again?
Like 14 to 19.
So I mean, that's a variety of ages there, basically. Like that's from like,
Yeah, it's supposed to be all high schoolers. And then they give you 1 year out of high school. So 14 to 15 is about the youngest. You don't see too many of those kids there, but the bulk of everyone on that team that I coach with is their junior and senior year, going into their junior senior year. So a lot of them are in like that 16 to 18-year-old range.
hmm. So would you say that your relationship with your girlfriend is pretty good though?
Oh
Do
yeah,
you guys
yeah, yeah.
fight a lot? Do you guys argue about anything? Do you have anything that you guys disagree on or anything?
Not really. I mean, the typical small bickerments, but nothing that's like stand out. Our relationship is great. It's strong. I mean, like I said, we spend an entire Monday with each other. and we do whatever we want to do on Monday. But then after that, we usually hang out a couple other times throughout the weeks, depending on it. I don't know if you watch it, but the TV show Big Brother just started. I
Mhm.
enjoy that show, and so does she. So we we hang at, like, she'll come over Sunday night. We'll watch the next episode of Big Brother. It comes on Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So those nights we'll be hanging out watching the shows. If we want to go mini golfing or if we want to go on a date or something, we do that. Usually every Tuesday night at 6:30. It's very specific. But usually Tuesday or Wednesday nights at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, my grandfather down in Smyrna has dinners for the whole family. So usually her and I ride together and we go down and we have a nice dinner. My aunt, my three cousins, my mom, dad, and brother go there. Me and my girlfriend's cousins. No, my cousin's girlfriend. Sorry, my cousin's girlfriends go if they can make it. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of us, and we just you know play games down in his basement and hang out. So we have a real good relationship, real healthy.
Good, good. That's just something you needed to ask as a therapist here. So you guys, how long have you guys been together?
It'll be 3 years in a couple months.
Okay, and then you said you just have one brother, correct?
Yeah,
How old is he again?
he is 16.
Oh, okay, so he's in high school still. He's just learning how to drive. How do you feel about that? Do you actually do you sit with him sometimes when he's driving?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, he's still in his 6 months. So he doesn't drive too much, but he just got his own truck. He got a real nice Tacoma. And so him and I drive around every here and there. Anytime he needs me to take him somewhere, he's always like, let's take the truck. So we take his truck all the time. So it's cool. He's a pretty good driver. I'm impressed.
Good, good. Yeah, I remember when I used to start driving, it was crazy. I drove my parents crazy. It was funny because
Yeah.
and my little sister, I have a sister and two little brothers. My sister, she's a little bit younger than me. She's not too much younger than me. And it took her the longest to learn for her to even try to even drive. She tried to get my parents to wait till she was 18. She's like, no,
Wow.
I don't want to drive. I don't feel like driving. And even now, she doesn't even drive. She
Hmm.
doesn't even like it. I don't know why, but she just never really has. And it's just one of those things where if you don't like something, you just don't do it. So
Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody.
yeah, definitely. Um, so what are your goals here with me in therapy?
Definitely, I want to just kind of cope with what's causing anxiety and stresses. Um, I'm not really looking to, like I mentioned before, I'm not really looking to eliminate my workload at all. I don't want to really do that. But I still want to be able to I still want to be able to work as much as I'm working, do full-time school and find time for my after school like after work and school activities. I just want to be able to learn how to cope with, if I'm starting to get some stress from a bad day or something. I just want to know what are the steps that I can take to kind of eliminate that and not have a bad day.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I feel like everything is about positive thoughts. I really do. And figuring out, and I'm really into lists. I really am. I really
Yeah.
like to make lists and have things that I want to do during the day, things I want to do for myself, things I can do if I have time. I like to make lists of things. Like say you get off at 4 o'clock. I mean, you knock out your homework, be done by like 5, because you said you only take about half an hour to like 10 minutes. And you're like, I'll come back to it later, kind of thing, which is really good. I used to be like that myself, but now where me being like, I have less time because I work as well. I used to not work when I was in school. So I try to do the whole 10, I used to do the 10 to 30-minute work as well. Now
Yeah.
I just kind of knock it out in one day and just kind of be done with it.
Just kind of call it.
Yeah, I try, but it's hard for me because I like to get things done. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is why I make lists. Even with my chores and stuff, I try to make lists. Do you do pretty good with your like keeping everything clean and organizing things?
Yeah. Yeah. My car is spotless. There's not a thing in my car. Maybe a water bottle, but that's it. Uh, my bedroom is very clean. I keep it spotless 24/7. The only time I ever get slightly lazy is if I do my laundries on Monday mornings. So the only time I get slightly lazy is if I'm in a rush. The laundry might sit on my bed, not folded, but it's clean. And I usually fold it within the next day or two. But yeah, very, very clean freak. I like to keep everything very nice and tidy. Um, there's not a whole lot of disorganization.
Mm, right. Yeah, I'm just asking because I can see that like you're the type of person who likes to get things done.
Mhm.
And does it like bother if you don't get something done if it's just like
Yeah,
bugging at you?
definitely. I think one of the most like one thing that really, really, bothers me is when I'm like say I have an off day and I don't really have anything too much going on. And then I'm just kind of like sitting around and I realize like, oh my God, it's 4 or 5 o'clock at night. Like I didn't do anything. Like that's probably what bothers me. And that sometimes causes more stress than the workload of working and school and everything is when I just didn't kill the entire day and didn't do a thing.
Well, yeah, sometimes you just gotta sit there and stare at the wall,
Yeah.
because that's good to relax the brain sometimes, because sometimes you keep on go, go, go all the time.
Mhm.
Sometimes you just need a time to sit and think about, like, what do I want to accomplish tomorrow? What do I want to accomplish during this week? How do I want to do that? How do I want to reflect? How do I want to reflect this week?
Yeah.
How do I want to, what I mean? Things
Mhm.
of that sort. Like what's the next project I want to start on?
Yeah.
What I mean? How am I going to accomplish this in the future? And then, because that's one of the things that gives you anxiety is thinking about the future.
Mhm.
So, with that being said, I mean, you could come up with some kind of plan to uh, accomplish your goals in the future here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I know you want to become a policeman, but I don't know what your other goals are here for the future. I'm not sure if we even talked about that. Let me see if we have anything written down here. Um, don't think we did. So other than being a policeman, what are your goals here? Like where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years?
Goal wise, I want to graduate college. I
Mm.
want to get into the police academy. That's 6 months. And then when I'm done that, I've got two very nice cars. So the money that I save up in the police academy, because you have very minimal expenses and you're making pretty good money. So the money I want to take with that, I'm hoping to put on a big down payment on a house. Most people, every guy that I know that gets out of the police academy, the first thing they do is buy a brand new truck, buy a brand new Mustang. I mean, I feel like out of everyone I know, they either have a Mustang or a truck that they bought brand new, fresh out of the police academy, because you make a lot of money and you just don't have any expenses. Like they pay for your food, they pay for your living, you live there for 6 straight months, and you're not driving
Mhm.
anywhere. Um, so you're not really spending too much money on gas, especially when gas is almost $5 right now. So there's very minimal expenses. So a lot of people, they just go spending on cars and stuff. I'm hoping that my two cars stay reliable, and I can just go and put a nice down payment on a house. So out of the police academy, a big goal would be a down payment on a house. And then after that, I don't really know what's going to come next or anything, but so no particular order, but definitely looking, to get married, start a family, have get that experience as a police officer and just see what else arises and comes up with.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you don't have to have your whole life together here. I mean, as long as you have like an idea of what you want to do here.
Mhm.
Um, just asking you because I just want to know what your goals are, what your anxiety is here. We figured that part out. We're kind of slowing down the anxiety here. Do you feel like your anxiety is going a little bit, it's lessening as the weeks are going by here, or do you feel like it's kind of up and down kind of situation
It's
here?
it's up and down. Some days might be better than others. Some weeks might be better than others. There's never really like a week that's too much worse than another or too much better than another. It's usually just pretty much the same. Nothing too crazy or
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely normal for everyone, though. I mean, not everybody's going to always have a good day. Bad days come, good days come, but it's just the whole coping with it, figuring out, like, hey, so why do I feel this way? Like, what just happened to me? You just kind of have to be more self aware of your feelings. And it's hard to be self aware of your feelings because you're just like, oh my gosh, what's happening? and you
Mhm.
just kind of would just lean bad and mope. But I mean, you can do that. You can do that just for a little bit, but then you got to get up and be like,
Yeah.
why? You know? So yeah.
Yep.
It looks like we're hitting our 10-minute mark here. We're gonna start wrapping up here. So I think, do you have anything that you wanted to talk about anymore? I know it's kind of hard. We've been on here for about a good hour now, almost
Oh,
an
it's all
hour.
cool. Just I don't really have any too many questions at the moment. Just I like listening to your thoughts on how you feel I have when it comes to my life and work and social balance and everything, just because it kind of helps put in perspective with me. Like, even if I'm having a bad day, I'm still doing a little bit better than other people. And I don't know, I'm excited. I don't really have too many questions right now. Um, but I definitely like coming into the sessions and just kind of talking about, like, hey, this is kind of what's caused me stress. And hey, today I had this kind of anxiety, or last week I had this. And then I can kind of learn different ways to cope and, handle different situations.
Yeah. Yeah, therapy isn't just to help people who have issues. It can be about anything. We do college planning. We just kind of sit here and listen to people and try to help them. I mean, even your friend can be a therapist, honestly. I mean, what's more so just because, like, I went to school for this, I'm kind of like qualified to help more people and find different ways to like help people cope with things, figure out how ways to solutions to issues. There's all kinds of stuff that we do even with children, with parents, there's things that we can do too as well. Like unmarried people, like I said, college planning. I'm a really big person with college planning.
Yeah.
I really like that aspect of a therapist. I really do. So yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to say or anything? I mean, we're reaching our
Uh,
8-minute mark here.
no, I definitely don't have any true like questions or anything. I mean, I'm definitely just excited. It's kind of eye-opening to realize, like, all my stresses are small. There's not one big thing kind of weighing me down. So it's nice to know that I think I mentioned this earlier, it's not easy to fix, but it's a lot more simple than I had originally thought. So
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you could make like I forget the saying, something into a mountain when it's really not even that big. And sometimes you just kind of have to have a different perspective in life. And that's
yeah,
what I'm definitely here for. I'm definitely here to show you, like, hey man, you're just looking at this little piece when you have this whole life to live, kind of thing.
yeah,
So that's definitely what we're working on here. And it's hard sometimes because um it's just better to have a second opinion on some things sometimes, just like how with your ear, sometimes some people are just tell you, oh, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong, and then you go to somebody else, they're like, there might be something wrong, but I'm not sure. And then the other person might be, oh, listen, man, you need surgery. Let's schedule this right now. We'll fix it for you.
yeah.
Sometimes you just need different perspectives in life, and it'll definitely help out.
Mhm.
Everybody's different. Everybody has their own issues, and our issues or problems or anything that anybody can help with. Just even just listen to someone sometimes, definitely helps.
Yeah, I've definitely, especially with my ear, I've experienced that. I started at AI DuPont's hospital, then I transferred to CHOP, and then after that, I just recently, over the past couple months, transferred to Penn Medicine. So I've been all over the biggest and best of the best in the area, and it's definitely interesting seeing the different opinions and different doctors and stuff say different things. So I get exactly what you're saying on that. I can definitely relate. And it is very nice having a second person that's not a friend or a buddy, because most of them are like, oh, dude, just go fishing, you're fine. And so
Yeah.
a lot of their advice is horrible hillbilly redneck advice that doesn't help at all. So it's nice coming to an actual professional and getting opinion.
Yeah, and as a guy, I mean, it probably does take a lot to come to therapy. I mean, therapy is for men and women, but the stereotype is like, oh, you don't need a therapist. You don't need
Yeah.
one. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you took the step and initiative to come to therapy. Um, And I'm glad that you're definitely trying to help yourself here.
Mhm.
It may not, you may just kind of like feel some, I just hope that you definitely feel at ease with these sessions here,
Oh
and
yeah,
it definitely helps you. Do you have anything else that you would like to say, or any other questions, any other remarks you'd like to do say?
I don't. I definitely don't have any questions or anything. I mean, I'm pretty good. I feel like this was a great session. It was definitely still like the early stages. So I know eventually it's going to start kicking off a little more with the coaching.
Yeah, I'm gonna start getting pretty deep with you. It'll be
Yeah,
like psychotherapy and brain spotting and other
yeah,
things of that sort.
yeah,
And
it's
those are
just
pretty cool stuff that I've learned about myself.
that's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely super neat. You know, it's fun. The first few sessions are definitely important because I kind of have to understand what's causing different stresses and whatnot, and kind of learn a lot more about myself on a professional level. So that it's definitely that part's exciting. So I'm getting a lot out of these sessions.
Good, good. Well, I'm glad. All right, then we'll just meet next week at the same time then. You do have my email if you have any other questions.
Yeah, definitely.
Nothing. Thank you. See you next week.